Up here in the top right. He wins now. Yeah, happy Zerg.
CJ&2's effort.
Sick intro.
Like that that player from Europe, Happy Zerg. What do you be like?
Yeah, that's right. He's a nice guy. I like him.
Yeah, I used to live with him for a brief period. Super nice guy, super fun. His opponent to the bottom left in red.
Gene Air Green Wings Terminator.
See the resemblance to Terminator? I can kind of see it.
Who?
This player. Like you see the resemblance to the Terminator, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
Yeah, in a certain way.
He's got the chin, I feel.
Well, the difference is in Terminator 2 he didn't kill anybody, right? So
yeah. I should go back and rewatch the Terminator movies, man. It's been a while.
I watched Terminator 2 like 100 times.
What do you think? This is just going to be for a hidden scout for later, or what is the plan here? How early of a scout is this?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of interesting the way that he did that.
Yeah, I guess I was just freaking out for no reason.
Well, no, that
was still hatch block.
Really weird. It was really weird. Maybe he is going for a hatch block.
He did it last game.
Could be.
I think it's too late. Yeah, there he goes. The pro blocks the hatch block, fights the drone, and now...
If there was going to be a hatch block, with a scout that early, I think it had to be something.
Well, you also saw the gateway, too, so you wouldn't really want a hatch block against that necessarily.
Yeah. I mean, he has a lot more options if you see this. If he didn't see a gate, he may have gone for the hatch block.
I think that's the reason why you hid the drone like that, because you wanted to wait for the gate and then go for the block. If it was...
the gate or the lack of the gate.
Exactly. See a gate, no block.
All right, well... Oh, okay, he gets it anyways. You know, is he going to send some probes down? If you just send a Zealot out one at a time, you'll probably be able to finish this hatchery, get some creep there.
Yeah, he probably wants to put like 2 or 3 probes at least on there.
I think you actually need to send 4 because it's already got like a lot of health here.
In game 1, how many did he send? 4 or 6?
He had 4 plus a cannon on it.
Oh, that's right, the cannon. So cannon does more damage than a Zealot will do.
Yeah, so you know, obviously the Zealot attacks pretty fast, but I think he needs more than what he has there, or it can finish.
We'll take a look at this. He brings 3, which is what I originally thought would be about right, but...
Yeah, no, he needs more than that.
Yeah, notice the hit points go down about 10 per second instead of 20 like we saw last game.
Yeah, he'll need to get that Singed Zealot out, which he will, and this will just block it looks like.
He's going to block with the Evo Chamber again probably as well, I think. He's got enough money to do that. And it only costs...
I think he'll skip it.
You think so?
There's too much damage output here. It'll go down in like 1 second.
Yeah, I guess you're right with 2 Zealots and the Mothership Core. Not even trying for it.
Yeah, right call. But you know what? That slows it down quite a bit. And he's already got his hatchery up. Now, what... I imagine we're going to see a Warp Gate attack. His Warp Gate is halfway done. He's already got 2 Zealots. Yeah, he's chrono boosting it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 4 gateway attack.
It could be a 3.
Regardless of how many gateways it is,
well, I don't know, Wolf. It could go up to 5.
It certainly could. It could even go 6, but I think that's a bit overzealous with only 1 gas. But I feel like regardless of how many gateways it is...
It is a 4, by the way.
That was right.
Yeah.
It appears to be 4 gateways, but anyways, I feel like it's pretty obvious. Effort knows. I mean, he's seen them. He knows this is like the most viable way to transition. Doesn't see the Stargate, which is pretty sneaky here by Terminator. I like that a lot. Do you think he's just going to make an Oracle, then do a follow-up with more gateways? Or even rally the Oracle across with Zealots?
Yeah, I think he's going to do like the San Zealot Warpins, but like the thing is, yeah, just going right into an Oracle from this is pretty brilliant, actually.
I think he might just actually reinforce with an Oracle across the map, and then it's going to clean up Lings so fast. There's no Roach Warren.
This is cool. I like what I'm seeing.
Denies a scout supply blocks effort, in fact, with that.
Look, he's delayed this third base. The third base wasn't taken because he realized what was going on, and it's not like he's like even behind doing a rush that's not going to work. You're right. There's a spine. There's a lot of Lings being made. He's forced much less drones to be made, and now he can just make something out of his Stargate and play the game normally.
Yep, gonna put the Zealot in a cranny. Ooh.
Well, they're both gonna die pretty quickly here.
Yeah, and forces Warpins at home. Still hasn't seen the Stargate, I don't think. He's really close to seeing it with that Overlord.
It's okay that he doesn't see it because nothing's being made, right?
Yeah. This reminds me of Zalnad Caverns, that little location next to Gold Base. You can put Zealots, and it's impossible for Lings to kill him. Speaking of nostalgia, we were talking about earlier.
Still nothing out of that. I think he's waiting for Oracle Gas.
Yeah, it's going to be in like 8 more.
To be honest, I wouldn't even mind seeing him throw down a Void Ray, clear out Overlords, even one Phoenix. But I want him to make something.
Yeah, he was a supply block there for a while, actually, because he canceled so many pylons that he was making for walls, and then, like, I think he just forgot to make more pylons. And anyways, his spores are up. He must have seen the Stargate. He must have poked him with an Overlord. Perhaps those Lings just barely got within vision. But he still has a lot of Zealots here, and he's warping in even more. It's just going to be exactly what I was talking about, that Oracle follow-up.
Yeah?
Is he going to pool Oracles? He didn't send it yet. Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, this is pretty cheesy right here. Pooling Oracles can be super, super risky, because if they actually have detection when you get there, that is, like right now, this is going to be 450 gas he's put into 2 Oracles.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think this could work with no Roach Warren.
Definitely. I agree with you here.
Do you think he's even going to add a 3rd one?
No.
Okay, no, he's not doing it.
Takes way too long.
All right, Roach Warren is done, actually. He's got 8 Roaches about to pop. Pardon me. The 3rd Oracle is being added, but he's not waiting for it. It's going to join up.
Wow. Well, you know what? That's going to help him shred Lings in no time. They don't do as well against Roaches, but hey, they fly.
He has 15 Zealots.
It's a lot of Zealots. That 3rd base is going to go down, I think.
He's just going to target the Queens and then target the Roaches with his Oracles. Zealots to the rest.
Yeah, just target down to anything here. Nice time warp does go down so these Zealots can engage. Going after the Queens with Oracles once again.
Mothership Core there to help as well.
Wowzers. This is just a brutal attack from Terminator.
Super cheesy, but you know, I expected to see something like this after his base was so delayed and he had his warp get tech the way it was.
Can't blame him for this, but the fact that Terminator has held this base is like pretty impressive. I mean, Effort has held this base is pretty impressive considering the type of firepower that kind of came at him out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of workers, and that's not the end of it. 2 more go down here. He's down to 39, and with no Queens out, when the first Queen does repop here, he should be able to just focus it down with 3 Oracles if they all have enough energy.
Yeah.
Then he can actually maybe kill the hatchery with Oracles. I'm not sure how low it is, though.
That's like, yeah, that's a lot of energy.
Yeah, waits for the Queen, boom, targets it.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough energy to kill the hatch. And in fact, maybe not even enough to kill these drones, which is kind of sad.
Well, this is a bit...
Weird game.
Yeah,
very weird game.
We now have +1 on the way, and a Twilight Council. A Void Ray's out, too, to help defend a possible 3rd, but he has to clear the Overlord before that can happen, and he has to defend this counter push.
By the way, I do have to say, we were talking before about who can think better on their feet and how Effort's very good at that, but this game definitely... Terminator's showing us some stuff that I think he hasn't practiced very much at all, like having to go into that 4-gate but throwing down the Stargate, and then, like... The Oracle was delayed quite a bit, but that's because the Lings were attacking me and needed a Sentry and a Stalker, so yeah, still very good on-his-feet play here. Yeah,
and in Game 1, he showed a lot of on-his-feet play again against that hatchery that was blocked, and his timings were all a little bit different, a little bit weird. I had preemptively made Phoenixes against a predicted Mutalisk switch. Definitely playing very well on his feet.
Yeah, definitely on his feet. While sitting in his chair, which is pretty impressive.
Feet flat on the floor, man.
Yeah.
Good posture. Unlike
He's
me.
not a knee wiggler.
No.
You know the people that like...
Oh yeah, they're always going
there.
like to bounce on the knee. God, it drives me crazy. There was always like a girl behind me. It was always a girl too at my high school, and there was like a basket under my desk. She put her feet on the basket and shake her knees the whole time, and I'd just be vibrating. And I'd ask her to stop, but like she would stop for about 30 minutes, but she couldn't help herself. She'd just start again. Drove me crazy, man. I was polite. I didn't bother her about it again.
That's nice of you. Nice tag going down. He really wants to see what is coming in at him.
How many Hydras are there in total? 2 more being added right now? Looks like he's got like 10 or so?
Yeah. 12 right now, and 10 Lings, 11 Roaches. Thing is, 6 Sentries. And don't forget these 3 Oracles. Like, if he starts cleaning up the Hydra count, okay, like gets it down low enough, the Oracles can come in from the side and clean up all the rest of the Hydras and then just go to town and everything. They're getting a lot of energy at this point.
Yeah.
Oracles shoot quickly.
They do. Well, this probe does go down. I think. Oh! Ling doesn't go down either.
Tagging the army here and see if Effort can get some damage done.
Chrono Boost and Empty Twilight. Not sure why. Maybe a misclick there.
Dark Shrine on the way.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
He doesn't have a Robo for Warp Prism, so he's going to have to rely on ground-based movement for that.
And also, you know, defensive DTs can come in helpful at times, but that can be like a double-edged blade. You're like warping DTs defensively. That means they didn't do any damage offensively.
Yeah, and that's banking on a lack of detection, which is readily available.
The next attack that would come out would be very hard to stop. It's a lot of Hydras.
It's actually just going to straight up engage us. I can't even believe it. Or at least it looks like he wants to.
Terminator can't engage right now, I would say.
He's aggressively moving forward as if he can. Maybe he's essentially bluffing here, but he lost an Oracle too, I believe. Something blew up there, and I'm missing an Oracle. Yeah, two out of 3.
He tried to get a tag off there, and some Hydras caught him. He did get the tag off, though.
All right, picks on the Ruby units over here. This could be his
aggressive
moment. Could trap these Hydras in half here. That's a lot of Stalkers now. Needs to turn on the Oracles. They went down in like no time here. Oh no, they're still alive. One of them goes down.
Yeah, but it will go down as well. Now, he does pull his Oracles away from that side. He has to keep force fielding here. He has to be really careful. That is a lot of Hydras and Lings on the other side.
So much force of energy. But he's just barely got vision there with those Hydras, so they're able to do a lot for him here.
And look at this. Now he's starting to decide to pick off some of these units on the side. That was actually pretty well done by Terminator, I have to say.
Well, I'm concerned that even though he traded okay, he still has no next point here. His Colossi are a million miles away. He has Hydra speed now on the ground. Viper's not too far away with the Hive almost finished. And Warp Prism DTs, is that what's going to save him here?
You know, I guess that it definitely has the potential to, but if he goes Viper like you're talking about, I don't foresee him having High Templars out for the first attack. So Viper, Hydra, Roach, Ling should be able to pick off the first Colossus or two, and from there it could snowball. You can't play with just Stalkers all game.
All right, Nexus Cannon goes down here. There are 2 cannons in place, one more on the way, and he actually warps on the DTs defensively right now. Just needs to set up for another set of force fields to slow things down. I think he needs to send some DTs aggressively across the map too. I guess he could warp them in. There's a lot of Overlords to spot to the south of the main base though. I suppose he could also warp them in on the ground on the outside of the base, then drop them in, which would be less detectable. You might think it's a Zealot drop, and then DTs roll in. Be a bit confused.
Yeah, could be.
He's warping in a ton of units too, because he knows that he needs to have defensive units unless the attack comes. In case the attack comes, excuse me. So he doesn't have a lot of gas for DTs anyways. The Warp Prism is spotted, and he's going to intercept it and kill it.
Ooh, that sucks. That Dark Shrine really hasn't done a single thing for him this game.
Yeah, his DTs they warped in at home didn't even really participate in the fight.
Yeah, they've actually just been sitting in his army. In fact, the Zerg may not even know that they're there. I mean, obviously later on, the Dark Shrine helps out a lot. There's always going to be times in the later game where DTs are helpful, but the fact that he got it this early, made 2 DTs, and they did 0 is a little bit painful for him.
What are your thoughts on the Swarmos transition against this composition?
Well, I like it. He's kind of forcing him into that Colossus route. He's forcing the game to be longer and taking the 5th base during it. His composition, you know, was very layer heavy. He got a lot of layer based units, so to now force this into that longer game where we need to see a lot more units out of Terminator to deal with the Swarm host is going to allow effort to build up the bank and trade out some of his units in moves like this.
Yeah. Ooh, Blink's on the Hydras even. Gonna grab some of these.
Yeah, that was... I mean, it's fine to blink on top and lose a couple Stalkers. Doesn't actually really matter, but he should be able to look at that and say, oh, you're trying to throw away a few units here and there.
Yep. There's plenty of detection being placed all around the map now, by the way, with these Spore Crawlers. Overlord speed done as well in just a second, so the Overseers can actually help spot DTs and move around. And he's got an Overseer with this army as well. Saga's blink forward here. He wants to take an engagement. Time Warp goes down as well. But I think this is just a bit too much with the Locust. Oh,
Blind
nice!
Cloud, amazing. The Yank, amazing. That was a little bit overzealous there by Terminator. I think that he needed to add a second Robo the second he saw the Locust, and now he has no one Colossus that just popped out. But that's not. This is not nearly enough to deal with the type of army effort has.
He seems to be very patient, I feel. Take some engagements with really good forces like this, and then move back, because the Locusts are never going to be something he wants to fight against. Doesn't look like the Overseer is nearby that DT did a lot of work for him. There's another grab.
Dude, people are getting so much better with Vipers. It's insane. These Blinding Clouds are so good. Just wrecking all the front units that are trying to attack, forcing them forward for a moment, then you have to pull back anyways, so extra hits plus run away.
There's not a single Overseer on the map right now. If Terminator realized this, he could try to be a little bit more forward with his DTs, force some Overseers. There's 2 morphing right now, though, as I say that. Oh no, those are Corruptors morphing, it looks like. Oh no, sorry. I got really confused there. There's 2 Cocoons on the unit tab. One for both. So he's going now double robo. It's a bit late. He has held on, and he's managed to keep that that 4th base alive.
Well, we do see a Greater Spire coming up right now, which is kind of interesting. You know, obviously if you can get a lot of Broodlords, you can clear out an army like this pretty well, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work out right now for him. I don't think he can go Broodlords at the moment. There's going to be, you know, 4 Colossus out soon. And, yeah, exactly. But in a really fortified position, you can definitely make the Broodlords right away.
And there's no infrastructure yet for additional Void Rays, really. I mean, he has the first Stargate, but he doesn't have 2. If only 1, it takes a little while to produce those. Can eventually get some out.
I think in this game, instead of Void Rays, he should be going for Tempest. This is really looking like it's going to turn into a half map game, and against like an entrenched position with both Swarm Hosts and Broodlords, I think the Void Rays, you know, they make better tempo plays, but for the long game, I think he's going to need the Tempest.
Well, I think that's a decent assessment. Excuse me. Regarding the current game here, so just wait and see. A few dead Zerlings. Come over here, check to see how many cannons there are. He needs to be careful with this one because he's getting awfully close. If the Locusts go one way down this path and then he attacks the other side, it's a very vulnerable situation right now. He's actually going to use the Locust, though, as a diversion here. He's going to block this Protoss army while the Hydras get to work on that wall. Blinks forward here. Wants to go for an attack. There's a big attack over there, meanwhile, and the Broodlords have been shown.
Looks like he's going to lose some of these units here. He's going to have to get up and run away with these Swarmos. Can't be losing those. Oh, nice. Picks off a Viper there. But in the meantime, let's not forget the bottom right is being harassed pretty heavily.
Yeah, needs to like just warp in a DT or 2 would be great.
Yeah.
More Swarmos being picked off here. And he's just so focused on this attack, he's not even really dealing with the Hydras to the bottom right. He knows if he can get critical damage on here, if he can kill this army.
Oh my god.
Those blinding clouds.
Those blinding clouds. Turns around, fights everything that's under the blinding clouds very smartly. Trying to use that spell against him, but
he can't lose that base, I feel. Stalkers blink forward here. There's so many free units underneath this. The Broodlings coming down. Also the Locusts. Can he break through? I think he might be able to. He starts targeting down those Broodlords. Really decent trades here. But
that's a lot of free units, Wolf.
Yeah, man. I don't know if this is going to work. If he's blink forward again, and he does. He's getting those Broodlords one by one. They're targeted down by these +3 Stalkers, and the Colossi remain alive at the back.
Yeah, these Colossi doing so much work during this battle. He's almost killed every single Swarmos, just 1 left. The Broodlords all going down as well, and he's refilling with Roaches, which normally would be really bad, but I think he's going to be able to overwhelm this army with it.
Needs to target down that Corruptor, funny as it is, to keep these Colossi alive. I don't know, man. That's +3 Colossi. The base of the bottom right does survive. The worker count obviously heavily in favor of effort right now, but Terminator has the much better army.
Yeah.
Orbiting a few more Archons here, and he's pushing his way through. He's got Storm. +2 is about to be done for these Roaches. It's going to make them a little bit tougher as well, but he's even got an Immortal in the mix here.
Yeah, that Immortal is pretty brutal, I have to say. Pushing forward right now. Oh, man, blanketing the Roaches, the Psystorm. Continue to move forward. These +3 Colossi doing a ton of damage, and even 3 Archons joining the battle.
Yep. The DT up here at the front has no detection. Effort maybe on his last legs here.
Yeah.
His composition is just no longer relevant in this game. He lost all his Broodlords, and GG.
Wow.
Damn. Terminator playing a 6 series. I got to say, he deserves a first place spot here.
He does. Like, that was really well done.
Like, he was, in that game, there were so many points where I would have bet against him, like, a large sum of money because he was so down. He had to make an awkward Tempest, or rather, Oracle timing work. It did okay. Then he was, like, late on his 3rd base, and on his 4th base. Effort had a good composition.
Yeah.
Was the Broodlord transition too greedy?
Yeah, I think it was. I think you can't go Broodlords and Swarm Hosts until the very late game. Or if you're just sitting behind SagTech. Instead, he was morphing Broodlords at home while trying to push, and he got caught. He got caught being greedy. And as we saw, like, Terminator's like, whatever, kill my bottom right base. I'm going to go kill you right now because you have overextended.
Yeah. Wow, that was a really cool game. Everything considered. I'm really impressed with Terminator, man. And I think he's going to be a very scary opponent in that Code S coming up.
Yeah, he's kind of one of these Protosses you don't normally think of as one of the very top ones, but he definitely played like it today. So congratulations to him. Next, we are going to have the loser match, which is going to be Supernova against Leonok after this quick commercial break.